Hi, this is Allison Ruth, and I'm sewing in trifocals on a Sunday afternoon. Thank you all for joining me. And today I'm filming on my camera phone. My very old, probably 17, 18-year-old analog camcorder fell off my tripod and something knocked loose when it hit the floor. But I actually found the identical model on eBay, and it is a display model that's never been used. So that's actually cheaper for me to do than fixing the old one, which I will faithfully turn into the e-waste place by my job. Meanwhile, I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing that I filmed on the other camcorder that's not working right now. So I'm just about finished with this pretty pillow. Here I am in my casual weekend look. See that? No makeup and a hat. Anyway, this is a beautiful fabric panel that I got from Nancy's Notions, and I made a very firm pillow out of it. I serged the edges and then sewed up a seam and turned it inside out and stuffed it as full as I could with some batting I had just bought to use on my quilt. And you can see here I have about a hand size opening, and I'm just going to hand stitch it closed to finish this pillow. And actually this is lovely fabric, really like it. I would caution you, do not wash it in your washing machine though when you pre-shrink it, because it will fray like it's going out of style. So I'd say wash it in your sink, or on the website they advise just to steam iron it to pre-shrink it, or wash it after you finish the project, they say. While I'm doing this, I'm watching a show called River Monsters on the Animal Planet. Very cheery show. First thing I'm going to do is try to pin together this part of the pillow so that it will match the seam that I already sewed. And I really stuffed this full. This may be harder than I thought. Maybe first I will pin it together. See where there's like a little fold there? It matches the seam right here. So you can see I'm having to apply a little bit of physical strength here. Here's where my seam ends, and you can kind of see it's already kind of fraying there, but I'm going to be hand sewing. And I'm putting the folded edge over the edge that I just serged so that it'll kind of match the other seam.
Thank you to our customers for this JD Power Award. Dish constantly innovates better ways to get TV. But how?
You make switching easy with the same bill for 2 years, unlike other TV companies. You have 24/7 phone and app support, so I can handle things after storage.
I really stuffed this full of batting. I wanted a firm pillow for my mid-back because of the kind of chair I have at home. I have a regular pillow, and then I wanted to put this pillow right up to my back when I sit down to sew and whatever, because really my back needs that support and likes that support, and this little pillow won't slip out from behind me, hopefully. But you can see I'm having to fight with it a little bit to get it to close up, because I put way too much batting in here, but it's a wonderful firmness because I did that. So everything has its good and its bad aspects. There we go. So I threaded my needle with sort of matching thread. This is Scooterman from Germany. It's made out of polyester. And I've been using this kind of thread forever and a day. And I like to use a paraffin tea light to wax my thread so it's slippery. It seems to be a little slipperier, more slippery, I should say, slipperier than the beeswax that people usually use. So I have a lot of these anyway, in case the lights go out or something. And they make a wonderful thread waxer. Meanwhile, River Monsters is droning on in the background here.
I could move on, but my instinct tells me I should get a closer look at one of these bait thieves.
I used a double thread here, probably for no particular reason. And I will try to snip off, there's a little tail right there on my knot, and I'll try to snip it off after I get this done. And I'm going to try to put my stitches pretty close together too, so the stuffing won't come back out, since I packed it so tightly and put so much of it in here. And I mentioned on my other video, the last time I made a pillow, I think I was in the Campfire Girls, probably in the 4th or 5th grade. This was in the late 1960s. But apparently once you make a pillow, you remember how to do it. There are nice ready-made pillow forms that are actually covered in muslin and have plenty of stuffing inside that you can buy at the Joann's store, but I just had this fabric and I have lots of batting in my closet, so I just did this without driving over to get a pillow form because it's pretty tiny. I don't think they make a pillow form for that size. I got this wrapped around the pin here. Let's see.
I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
Hold on for a second. There we go.
Replace the full value of your car. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Allergy sufferers, this is truly a pleasure. For all day, all night relief, there's Zysol. It's just as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1. Now try it free for 10 days. Be wise all and get your free sample at Zysol.com.
I'm worried I can't find a safe used car.
You could start your search at the allnewcarfax.com.
That might help. Show me the Carfax.
Now pull the trees.
I could feel it grating on a branch down there. So that's basically cut on a branch.
But fishing these nightmarish snags has revealed the answer I'm after. Whenever a redtail takes the bait, it makes a dash for cover right into the heart of the snags.
I've had a couple of runs which, just as I've been getting ready to tighten, stopped. And it looks like a fish that's maybe picked up a bait and dropped it. This says something about the catfish behaviour, which is grabbing food and then running off with it.
When I go to reel in, I find it hasn't let go. It's just gone to ground.
It's a bit like a dog running for its basket with a bone.
But in certain and a grip that I now know would have no problem holding struggling prey in the dark waters of Obidos the night the boat went down.
30 years ago in Obidos, I used to chum the water with remains from the fish processing plant.
I believe these exceptional conditions could have attracted the usually solitary Piraiba in greater numbers than normal, and they were far from alone. There were also hordes of emboldened, oversized redtails.
And these were fish used to grabbing morsels in the water. A bloody foot or somebody's arm, quite conceivable, they grab them, thinking it's an edible morsel. And if you think how little it takes to make the difference between keeping your head above water and going under, it's very little. A fish the size of that, or even half the size of that, gets a good grip on part of you and decides to go.
An extraordinary convergence of conditions and culprits. I've uncovered gruesome flesh eaters that would have come in by the thousand that horrific night, drawn to the sound and scent of bleeding passengers, and primed to tear
It's
into
got hung
and
up on the
dismember
pin
the
here.
bodies of both
So I
living
can move
and
out of
dead.
here now, both of these.
And come daylight, scavenging piranhas would have moved in to clean up what was left. From what I've seen, I think the devastation of this feeding frenzy was only made possible because something first pulled the victims under. Large red tails, aided and abetted by Piraiba. Both have the grip,
Yeah, just about done.
and the instinct to bolt.
Got it folded over a little bit so it'll sort of match, and we almost have our pillow here.
Were alive with them, perhaps supersized on fish waste, dumped in the river right here, where the Sobral Santos went down. It was the perfect storm that delivered weakened prey to hordes of
Might I add that this was a particularly gruesome episode of River Monsters. I've never actually watched the show before, but it featured some piranhas and evil catfish and fish that eat people and people getting eaten, and very cheery.
Watch my digital series Monster Journeys at animalplanet.com/rivermonsters.
Real cheery fare to watch on a Sunday afternoon while making a pillow.
Explorer, biologist, and aquatic detective. Go, 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 go! For 30 years, I've been investigating underwater mysteries, tracking down fresh and saltwater killers in some of the most remote corners of the world. And now, in the tropical waters of Southeast Asia, reports are surfacing of a mystery creature that's impaling swimmers and fishermen, causing gruesome injuries and even death.
I'm going to tie a little knot around one of the stitches. Hopefully it'll work
Like nothing I've ever
and
seen.
not be very easy to see.
Were the victims just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or do these waters conceal a coral reef killer?
There we go. A nice little knot here, kind of.
Over the years, I've come across all sorts of attacks on humans in fresh
Give it a little
and salt
snip.
water. Victims lacerated by sharp-toothed monsters,
You have to kind of dust off the
piranhas, and
wax, but here we go. There's my completed
crushed
overstuffed
drowned
hummingbird pillow.
anacondas and crocodiles.
Thank you for accompanying me on this journey,
Slashed open
and have a lovely evening and happy sewing.